it's a very broad-based budget, not looking at one sector but multiple sector. The Honorable Minister, she laid out the 4 engines of economy, starting with agriculture, very important for India. India is an agriculture economy. The second element is our focus on manufacturing has been more in last few years. We want to be supply chain partner of the world, and in this the MSME sector plays a very important role. And Honorable Minister has really focused on encouraging the MSME sector, not only by the ways of incentives, but also from the skill development point of view, and more importantly from ease of doing business point of view. And further down, focus on investment. And investment is not only limited to the infrastructure sector, where the focus has continued, but also various other elements, encouraging more investments into India. And last but not the least, the export part. India certainly has a role to play in the global economy by the way of exports. So the Honorable Minister has focused on encouraging exports by reduction of custom duties for some of the key elements which support exports, but also reduction and improvement in the regulatory framework. So all in all, a very forward-looking budget which will certainly help us in our journey towards Vikasit Bharat.
There is also announcement about the capex, and there will be the focus on the infrastructure. More importantly, in Bihar, there will be the on the Uran scheme. There is a lot of infrastructure development. So, how do you see that your company is going to play the role?
No, and JCB plays a very important role in infrastructure development. There are 2 elements to it. One is the core infrastructure development investment on the road sector. I'm sure that focus will continue. The allocation of almost 10.8 lakh crore is already there. In addition to it, the loan of 1.5 lakh crores to the state government will help again build infrastructure, the rural infrastructure. So these 2 elements. And you mentioned about investments in Bihar, again very positive. The state needs a lot of infrastructure development. But the Honorable Minister also has spoken about 120 airports. So every element of infrastructure is being looked at. The very, very important announcement that the Honorable Minister made is on the Gati Shakti project. The Gati Shakti project is at the core of the infrastructure development which is taking place across the country. And a great initiative the Honorable Minister has taken by opening it out for the private sector participation. I'm sure all of this will facilitate the growth in infrastructure that we have seen in last few years.
Sir, one more thing is that the economic survey projected the growth rate 6.3 to 6.8. Do you see that it is conservative? We can grow more than this number?
I think I would not debate on the decimals. We all know H1 has been a bit tight, but we are also, I'm absolutely confident that H2, particularly with all the announcement that the Honorable Minister has made as a part of the budget, we should be looking at around 6.8. And we should not look at from the base number point of view. Every year the base expands and India continues to be the fastest growing economy around the world. So I'm not very concerned about whether it is 6.4 or 6.5. The trajectory is very strong. The government has focused on fiscal prudence. The fiscal deficit is going to reduce next year from 4.6 to 4.4. All of these are very, very positive.
So one more question will be does Sitaraman Finance Ministry missed any point you had hoped that it should become in the budget?
I think nobody can meet all the expectations. There will be certainly some expectations, maybe not in this budget, next budget. But for present, let us look and see what benefits we can all get from this budget to help drive the economy forward.
If you could point out any point that missed any point.
We would have looked at maybe even more investment on the infrastructure sector. But there's only that much that a person can do. She has created a good balance. On one side, she has given the income tax rebates, which will help in consumption. So she has to balance on the various elements.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.